If you're not, they can say, sorry. And it usually says in the disclosure the max that they'll do, 29.99 from 0%, 18, whatever. So what do? We create a backup plan. We're getting them a line of credit that maxes out at 6.24 or 7.24%, open, sitting on the side, so that after we move all this stuff to 0%, if they trigger it, bam, we move it to the line of credit that's capped, that they won't raise the rate. Interesting stuff. I'm fired up because I'm in no man's land and we figured it out. No man's land is like, okay, I haven't dealt with this before, but the solution was complex, but it was clear what the solution was. There's no question what we were going to do. And this is what happens when we dig in together. It just shows up. Sometimes I go into coaching, I'm like, oh my God, there's no way I'm going to get this person out. What am I going to tell them? You know what? I tell them, I don't know what I'm going to do, but let's see what we can do. And we start digging into this thing, and you know what? I honestly can't remember the last time it didn't work out. As long as that person stayed in it and didn't give up. I've never given up. When I tell you I'm going to be by my side, you keep coming back and doing the homework, I ain't going nowhere. It's always worked out. Something shows up in its place. I don't know if that's good karma or what, but it happens. So 90% of the time, or let's see, 90.48% of the time, when your credit score gets worse, it triggers your other creditors, right? 85.71% of the time, when you're late on a mortgage, auto, credit card, it will trigger your other creditors. 57% of the time when you go over your limit, it triggers to your other creditors or them. 52% of the time, if you bounce a check, it'll trigger it. 42% of the time, so if they see that you're charging up your debt too much with other people, they may cut you back. And 33% of the time, and this has gone way down. So, but just some stats that I had there. Remember we talked about don't close your credit cards or getting added as an authorized user because it's the third heaviest weighted thing on your score. Well, it's 15%, okay? The longer the history, the better. Hold on to and use your old credit cards. Piggyback off mom, dad, get the history or someone, a close friend. Item number 4 is the mix of credit. So it's 10% of your credit score. Remember we talked about that. A mixture is best. It demonstrates your ability to manage various obligations. The following mixture is best. 3 to 5 credit cards is perfect. Okay, so if you have less than 3 to 5 cards, don't go out and apply for more. If you have more than that, don't close them. This is just ideal, okay? You are going to cause damage if you start going out and doing stuff that you aren't totally clear on the impact it's going to have on you. Remember, we don't need an 850 or 900 score in TransUnion's case. We don't need an 850 score. We just want a 760. And sometimes it's about progress, not perfection. A mortgage account, auto loan, equity, lines of credit. Item number 5 is 10% of your score as well. It's the inquiries and new accounts. Okay, a hard inquiry is made with the intent to extend credit, right? When you're going to borrow money, it may impact your scores. It stays on your report for 24 months, but it only hurts your score for 12. A soft inquiry is like a pre-approved credit card offer, insurance checkups, or your creditors are checking up on you. It has no impact on your score. It's also when you pull your own credit report, that's a soft inquiry. It does not hold. When you're pulling it to consumer report, it doesn't hurt your score. So no impact on scores, only on a consumer report on your credit for 6 months is a soft. Inquiries or hard right here affect your score for 1 year, even though they're on your report for 2. They can cost you 0 to 50 points. 50 points rare. Usually it's 1 to 10. Score is only reduced for the first 10 inquiries. So when I went out and applied for those 20 credit cards that one night, I knew that. I knew after the first 10 inquiries it didn't impact my score. Okay? Auto and mortgage inquiries have a 14-day buffer period on Equifax. Within a 45-day period are treated as one on TransUnion and Experian. Meaning, go out and shop for a mortgage, have 20 mortgage brokers pull your credit, it only hurts your score once, even though you have 20 inquiries. The underwriters may see that you have 19 others, but they don't like that. May not hurt your score, but they don't like it. Many inquiries don't count personal, promotional, job-related, insurance account reviews. Okay, new accounts can have a short-term negative impact on your scores. Opening multiple new accounts can increase short-term damage. Opening new accounts may be critical, though, in enhancing your credit. That conflicts there, but you have to understand the context of the information. Notice that So what happens is when you open up a new account, it can take up to 90 days for it to show up. So you get an inquiry, right? So you open up a new credit card, 10 grand limit. You haven't charged anything on it, right? You get an inquiry, it lowers your score a little bit. When it shows up on your report that you actually got the credit and it's open now, and if you use it right and don't charge over 50%, your credit score soars.